Hello everybody and welcome to another toy review. Thanks to the guys over at lunartoystore.com. Today we are taking a look at the NT-01 Cerebral from First Gokin, aka a third-party Krang. Now, some of you may say, toys are for children, not this big bad boy, he is for 15 plus. A very arty-farty deco on the front. The rear of the box is a little bit more plain, with Krang on the back there, shot on a black backdrop in various different poses. And Krang's box within a box is very nice as well. He comes packaged in amongst a sea of foam, much like other high-end collectibles, and come packaged with two of these very nice, snazzy, extremely sharp axes. These really remind me of the stuff you used to get with the He-Man figures. Imagine Fisto having these big axe upgrades. Lovely paint deco as well. Now, I have opted for the vacuum special effect version of Krang for the sheer fact that that was the only one in stock. See, very calculated indeed. But here he is, and he was grand. Now, it's quite apparent that First Gokin did not have the Teenage Mutant Ninja or Hero Turtle license, but we can definitely tell this is, of course, Krang. Now, I am quite aware that I am very late to the Cerebral party, but I've recently seen Luna post up those pictures of Shredder, and I thought, I can't get the Shredder without the Krang. And I'm so glad that I got this. Now, it's not without its faults, but I'll come to those in a little while. It is a fantastic sculpt. Just look at the colours and details. Look at the flesh tone and the shading around the arms. We've got this robotic section looming through here. Got these massive great bracelets on. We have rubber fingers. I guess that's kind of a good thing. No chance of those popping off the joints or getting broken in transit. They actually kind of feel and look scarily realistic. Got these nice braces that hold up his Krang section there, which is the top of the trouser pant combo. What an exquisite figure. And I mean, just look at that vacuum packed chrome. Oh, yes, it's probably going to go horribly wrong in a few years' time, but at the moment, I am in awe at the shininess. I'm like a magpie. Let's just pop open the brain behind the operation. Let's just pop open the screen and just look at that Shredder. With Krang out of his suit, you can see that the levels of detailing they went to. I mean, that's a full-on painted up chamber of secrets in there. That's fantastic. Let's just put the torso to the side and let's take a proper look at Krang himself. That is a marvellous resemblance. That is fantastic. Great paint apps as well. It actually feels like a brain, and yes, I do know what brains feel like. That's another story. You've got these little tiny wiggly arms here that move up and down. They're quite sturdy. They're on a ball in there as well. Nothing seems to be loose. I don't think they're going to be coming out or getting lost anytime soon. And he seems to have a little bit of a brain goatee going on there as well. Oh, he is magnificent. Oh, let's slide him back in there. In he goes. See, I should keep the glass off, but I know, really this has got to go back on, hasn't it? I just think it looks better with the glass off. There he is, locked away in his prison. The legs are ridiculously heavy. They're actually a thinner plastic than I would like. That's one of the issues I have. The upper torso kind of feels kind of thick, and when I get down to this thigh section, the thigh itself is a little bit thin, I guess, because it's housing a very strong joint in here. I mean, you can hear it clicking around in there. No real range there, though. You're kind of guessing where the joint is. I think they would have been better off with maybe a friction joint in there, or maybe, I don't know what they've used. Whatever it is, I'm not a real fan of it because you don't really get outwards motion. It's a little bit hit and miss in there. No thigh rotation. We do get a double joint at the knee though, but these feet, you could club somebody to death with them. They weigh an absolute ton, and as a result, that is quite impending on those ankle joints, unfortunately. But that being said, he is really, really good. I mean, just look at this. Look at this. You can even do a little bit of peck wiggle there. Look. Whilst we're peck wiggling, we may as well cover the rest of the articulation. He can look up and he can look down. Down is not too brilliant. It's quite high up on that neck. I mean, it does kind of pivot backwards on this section here as well as looking up. It's a little bit hit and miss. We can go left and we can go right. The shoulder pads are individually located. They are on a swivel, I believe, so we can move that out of the way. Forward and backwards is no issue at all. We can come out to the side. A bit of a butterfly joint there as well. It may just be play in the joint, but it does allow us to move the arms forward and backwards slightly. We do have upper bicep rotation, do have a double jointed elbow, rotation at the wrist, and individually ball jointed fingers, which are squishy as previously mentioned. The wrist bracelet itself does also rotate. We get an upper torso rock, no upper torso rotation. We get bracelets that pop undone. We get a waist rotation. We have the issues with the legs, as previously mentioned. And then we get down to the feet, where we can go left and right. We can go forwards and backwards on the toe, and we do get some pivot, but like I said, it's a little bit wibbly wobbly, and we do get a bend at the toe. So, to be honest with you, he's not the most dynamic of figures, but then again, it's Krang. You know, he's a giant robot. Does he really need to be that dynamic? The addition and removal of hands is literally as easy as popping it on and off a ball socket, and the blending between the wrist and the axe is quite nice indeed. I get almost a Frankenstein and Frankenstein's monster kind of vibe to this. Krang is kind of like, go this way, and this kind of robot thing just follows his every bidding. Now, Cerebral does have a battery slot location just on his back, and the results of the battery shows us that Krang can now in fact show people around his crib now that he's pimped it out with some neon lights. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. This is Cerebral. I personally like him a lot. I know a lot of people out there weren't keen on this vac metal version of him, but I just snapped what I could get. I saw him on Lunar Toy Store and I thought, I need him to go with Shredder, and I think they're both going to look fantastic. I think the metallic works for Krang, just for the sheer fact that he is a robot, so I think he can get away with it. Now, I don't have any turtles to compare him with for scale, unfortunately, because I am packing my things up for the move. He stands at approximately 10 inches tall, so I hope that helps you. Thanks again to Lunar Toy Store for making this video possible. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have, give it a big thumbs up and share it with your friends and family. And until next time, from myself and NT-01 Cerebral, thanks for watching, goodbye.